When I wake up in the morning, I have got to be running towards the thing that I want to do and not walking towards it. Nah, I really don't feel like doing this, or why did I agree to do this, or why did I get into this? I got to be running to it. And I realize that if I'm able to do that, get up in the morning and run to it, then I'm in that place of joy and happiness. Doesn't mean that the work goes away, the work ethic goes away, you work even harder. For me, it always comes back to perseverance, persistence, high pain tolerance, one ability to suffer through discomfort, a welcoming of doing hard things, and willingness, really. If you do the thing in spite of being fearful of doing the thing, that is courage. And if you don't do the thing, even though you felt like doing the thing, that is cowardice. And I think that motivation and patience are exactly the same. No one wants to say they're afraid, because if you say you're afraid, then it means you're a coward. And I think that it only means you're a coward if you allow that fear to change your behavior in an aversive way, as in it not towards what you want. And so, the inverse of that, many people have heard it, courage is not acting without fear, but despite fear. And I think that when you allow fear to change your behavior the wrong way, that is when you can give yourself that title of coward. And I think that that is a title that I have feared my whole life. What's the missing piece in your life? What's the thing that brought you joy as a kid that you've pushed aside? What is the most uncomfortable conversation with yourself that you've been running away from your entire life? Do you have the courage to engage with that? Are you willing to do a little bit more work? Can you pull back another layer on who you are? Are you man enough to do that? True growth, true expansion, and ultimately your highest expression and the manifestation of your greatest potential is inextricably connected to and linked to that willingness and courage to do that stuff that you don't want to do. We don't experience life. We experience life. We focus on what's wrong is always available. So is what's right. Whatever you focus on, you feel, even if it's not true. If you imagine something horrible is going to happen, you feel it. You're in your body, right? So focus equals feeling. Focus equals reality to the individual. We decide every moment, we're deciding what to focus on. But most of us don't decide consciously. It's based on habit. So we're not in control, but we can consciously choose what to focus on. When we decide what to focus on, our brain has to come up with a meaning. Like we said, the end or the beginning, loving me or dissing me, whatever the case may be, and that affects your emotions, which decides the third decision. What am I going to do? And so a lot of people think that it's not speed of activity, it's elimination of waste. There's all these other things that people are they're distracting themselves with. And so if you were that young man, you have to recognize the trade-offs that you have to be willing to make. You have to change your environment so you can change your behavior. And you have to delete everything that's not the thing that you want most. And if you can't decide what you want most, then that's what you need to do first. But once you know what you want, then go get it. And so people want the confidence before the reps. But especially in confidence, the proof comes before the pudding. I didn't know what I was doing. So every day I'm struggling. I'm trying to figure something out, and I'm going to keep failing. But I knew that I had to learn in order to get to the goal that we wanted to get to. So I knew every day I had to get back up. And then the same with him with the skill sets. What skill sets do I have to learn in order to get to the goal that we want to get to? And that comes with a lot of freaking sacrifices. The thing with excuses is sometimes they're very true. But it doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve your goal. So are you going to let it sit with you, or are you going to find a way around it? They said if you really want to make it in Hollywood, then you can't call yourself The Rock. You got to lose weight. Don't talk about wrestling. You have to look and walk and talk and act like these guys. And these guys are the biggest stars in the world at that time. Johnny Depp, Will Smith, etc. If you don't know any better, you buy into that stuff. Like I bought into that back then. But then you start to realize something starts to eat at your gut about, well, this just doesn't feel right because I'm not being authentic. I'm not being myself. So finally I said, a few years later, I said, I can't do this anymore. I have to be myself. And this unique thing happened when I was myself, and we can apply it to all of us here, business life, etc., is Hollywood conformed to me when I became authentic and when I became myself. And then I went, I got it. Delete everything that is not getting you closer to your goals. probably the two most often asked questions that I have that I mentally think, I probably think of 10 times, 20 times a day is, number one, does this action, this person, this decision increase or decrease the likelihood that I achieve my goals? Does this friend who always wants to go out, does you're playing fantasy football increase or decrease the likelihood that you hit your goals? And that is just, it's black and white. It's pretty if I'd said I want to become the best business guy and then sung songs every day, that's not going to be aligned. Now I can manifest all I want, but that's not going to be the thing that makes me the best businessman. And so I don't get to set those rules, but I can play by them. And I think a lot of men specifically waste a tremendous amount of time stomping their feet, demanding that the world be different than it is. And so to me, that's a loser mentality. And they then spend more time defending their excuses than defending their ambitions. And so if you put all of the effort into how do I make this thing into reality rather than how do I excuse my behavior up to this point? Like winners think about what they can make happen, and losers think about what happened to them. And it's one flip of a switch, which is I will judge myself on what I do and what I make happen, not what occurred. Good times create weak people. They're not bad people. They're just weak because they haven't been challenged. Weak people create bad times. Bad times create strong people. Strong people create great times. What I want people to get is you got to know where you are in your life and where you are in history, and you got to learn to take advantage of it. You can't complain that it's winter. During winter, if you start a business in winter and you succeed, 60% of all the Fortune 1000 companies that are alive today, the biggest successful companies could have been born in any one of those 4 seasons. They were all born in winter. Wow. In a recession or depression, got to love it. From FedEx to Disney, Disney was depression. FedEx was a recession. I can walk you through them all. So that process makes you strong. So there's no guarantees, but there's patterns. And when you understand the patterns, fear disappears. You're able to figure out how to maximize anything you're involved with. And so I think it's important to understand these patterns, and I help people see the patterns. Whatever stage of life you're in, there's predictable problems and there's predictable opportunities. And what changed my life was finding that part that's inside of all of us that will not give up. Tiny little things repeated over time is what produces dramatic change. And it's like this curve, It's like this very slow curve until it asymptotes up. And everyone wants to talk about the pivot moment when it goes skyward. But the truth is, the real work is in the drudgery, correct? And the difficult, anonymous work of shoveling every single day. In sobriety, they say don't leave before the miracle. And I take that as a lesson in persistence. Whatever it is that you're pursuing to achieve or create or express in the world, I think a lot of people back out before that happens. The next question becomes, what does it take to do it? And then am I willing to do what it takes to get it? Yeah, that's because it's a lot. It's a lot. But here's the thing. I believe if you think about it, it is only because somewhere inside of you, you have what it takes. Now, capacity is there. Willingness is something totally different. What matters is you have to find the thing that wakes you up at 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 10 o'clock. You got to find the thing that brings the life out of you, the joy out of you, the happiness out of you. And you can't do that following somebody else's North Star. So my last one, figure out what you was put on this earth to do. And every single chance you have to do it, do it. And when you're not doing it, enjoy your life. Follow the Motivation Daily podcast. Every day we upload speeches that don't just inspire, they transform. I think courage is the quintessential trait that leads to everything else. You have to first have courage. You have to have courage to quit your job. You have to have courage to get rejected. If you don't first have courage, nothing else follows. Again, it's not are you courageous or not. It's how courageous are you. It's not a binary. I have courage because I have done things that have required it. It takes courage. It takes courage to have a difficult conversation. Growth takes courage. Learning takes courage. Like this takes courage. Courage isn't for somebody else for medals, applause, or moral debts. Courage is what at that moment feels most right for you. One great philosopher says, cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. What does that mean? That valiant people aren't afraid. No, no, no. It means that they experience that fear and they move forward. Move forward anyhow. Many people are dead now. Many people allowing their dreams to die. Many people have lined their ideas to lie dormant and collect dust. Many people have all this talent and ability that they are lying to being buried inside of them that they will take with them too. Their graves because they didn't have the courage to be who they are. And I say as you begin to look toward the future and manifesting your greatness, it's going to take everything in you that your life deserves the concentrated effort to begin to look at. How is it that I can express more of me?